Hey everybody, so I got a new electric kettle to show you today. I already picture a couple people like, don't you already have 10 of these? I probably got 20 of them. But anyway, I like electric kettles. They're fun. This one was sent over to me to review. And this one was from the company SHEWE. I think that's how it's pronounced. I could be butchering that and I could be completely wrong. But these things are great for just anything. Anything that you need, hot water, boiling water, tea, coffee, hot chocolate. My daughter will use one of them to make ramen. It works well for that. Pretty much anything. All right, so this one is the gooseneck variety. And this one would be more for like pour over coffee and stuff like that, but you can use it for any of those items. I like the goosenecks. I prefer the way that they pour. They pour in a smaller amount, a smaller stream. You got a little bit more control. It's just what I really like. I do have some that have like the regular pour spouts, and they're fine, but if you need more precise measurements and stuff, definitely go with the gooseneck. Now for the base, I'll show you a close-up of this. All right, I'll show you the base here, close up of that, because it is all about the base. I can already picture my daughter in the other room. Dad! She loves that song. Anyway, take a look at it. What's really nice is that you do have different settings, and it gives you an idea here. Like green, that'd be for like green tea, 175 degrees, which would be pretty accurate. I do about 170, 175 for that. You got your white, your oolong, your coffee, black boil, so you can just do just a regular boil. So it's pretty neat. What I'll do is I'll get some water in this, and we'll start it off with, I'll shoot it for the 175. We'll pour it into my little teapot thing, and then I will crank it to the boil, and I'll do my pour over. All right, so I got it plugged in, and I'm going to set it up to light up the 175, and we're going to go ahead and start it. Now it's going to start flashing. It's going to let you know that it's turning on, and we'll just give this a moment. All right, so this should take about 5 to 7 minutes. That's normally about what I get out of them. And where I live now, the water is well water and it is extremely cold. So usually it takes me a little bit longer compared to like the average on like city water and stuff. I've noticed that with a lot of the kettles. That used to take me 4 or 5 minutes at the old house. Now it takes me more like 7 or 8 here. Anyway, we'll go ahead and let this finish, get to the 175. I'll do the tea and then we'll move on. All right, so it was actually a little bit faster, but we did the 175 so I could do the tea first. I got my little teapot here. Go ahead and pour in your desired amount of water. Now I definitely want to make sure that I keep enough water in there for the other stuff. And then what we're going to do is, this is going to take a little while to steep anyway. What I want to do now is I want to crank it up to the boil so we can do our real stuff. Oh wow. So 175 to the 212 was really fast. I know that we did remove like a cup of water, but still, that was quick. Anyway, I got my pour over here. I love using this thing. I don't use it all the time because it does take a little bit more work to do my coffee. And then I got like a cappuccino coffee here. So everybody is covered. We got tea and coffee, cappuccino. Let's go ahead and start our pour over. So the pour over, you just want to do a little bit, kind of let it steep and kind of go through, and just keep adding some water. Just take your time. That's kind of how the pour over works. Go ahead and throw some water in this cup over here. So at the end, there was plenty of water in there where you can do a decent amount of tea, your coffee, and another coffee. And yes, I'm stirring with a chopstick. I have like 1,000 of these. Don't ask why. Anyway, that was my quick review and demonstration with the SHEWE, I think that's how it's pronounced, electric gooseneck kettle. Now, my thoughts and opinions on it, since I have done so many different kettles, I think this one is pretty good. It did work a little bit faster than I thought it was going to. It's pretty on par with all the other ones that I've done. Now, one feature that I do like about this one that some don't have is where it has the multiple variable of the temperatures. There are some that have a little bit less of those options. And I also like that it has the labels, so it tells you like, you know, let's see, this one, it says like it tells you 175 for green tea, and you know, all the way up to the coffee for the pour over. It's kind of like a label, a kettle for dummies. I don't really want to use that word. A kettle for the unaware. There we go. I think that sounds a little better. Anyway, if you're looking for an electric kettle, I highly recommend these things. I love them for everything that I need hot water for, boiling water. They're just so much more efficient. You don't have to boil it on your stove, heat up your kitchen. I definitely hate doing that. Now, the only way that I can think of that would be any faster than this would be pretty much in your microwave, which I don't like doing my drinks and stuff in the microwave, or if you happen to be across the pond, our friends over there, because they use the higher voltage and their kettles have a lot more power. Other than that, though, the induction stove, it might come close, but this still wins out even on my induction by a little bit anyway. And it's just far more efficient. It doesn't heat up your kitchen. You don't have all that steam escaping everywhere either. So even if you're using the induction, that also contributes heat. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to say that this kettle is pretty darn good.